Can you hear me well? Thank you very much for the previous speaker, very insightful presentation. I'm going to try to do as good if I can. My name is Briffod. I work for Ledger Enterprise in business development for Switzerland, more precisely the western part of Switzerland, also known as Romandy. So who knows Ledger among you? Excellent. Who knows Ledger Enterprise? A bit less. Excellent. That's why it's good, because I'm going to talk about Ledger Enterprise, which is a B2B arm of Ledger, serving financial institutions and corporate. But more important, if you are an institution, what Ledger Enterprise gives to you is the security of Ledger scaled for an organization. And the scaling for an organization is an infrastructure scaling, but also a governance scaling to manage assets when you have different people involved. So even so, many of you don't know us. Ledger Enterprise has been in the business for 4 years. So we launched our first product, which we call Ledger Vault, in 2017, end of year. We already have more than 100 clients. To name a few, we have exchanges like Crypto.com, who use our solution. We have a custodian like Tetra Trust, which is the first regulated custodian in Canada. And in the banking space, Bankfrink out of Liechtenstein. There are billions of transactions that are secure on our technology, 2-digit billions of transactions that I cannot give the exact number, and 3-digit billions of transactions that have been done. And with that, we had $0 compromise, so no hack, and $0 mismanaged. And I think this is very important because we have the problem of hacking, but also the problem of not managing well the assets when you are an organization, and both are creating problems. As it was rightly presented, and I think we are more or less the same number, which is pretty good, security is paramount, and security is particularly more a problem with DeFi and NFT. And so the DeFi and NFT magnifies the problem of security, either because of the complexity of smart contracts that has been presented, but also by the way they are transacted far more than assets that you buy and hold. So we had big numbers shown to us. But actually, when we talk to a corporation who want to play in the DeFi or NFT, this is not this big amount of 600 million which is of concern to them. What is of concern to them is a reputational risk if something bad happened with the NFT that they have issued, if they are a brand in luxury, for instance, or if they are a private bank and they wanted to do stacking for their client. If they lose $1, it's a problem. It's a big reputational problem. So the benchmark in terms of security in the NFT and DeFi is zero compromise. You cannot afford to have any issue happening, and this is what we are trying to do for these clients thanks to Ledger Enterprise. So how do we try to solve that? Basically, we are expanding this year from what we call Ledger Enterprise Protect, which is our custody and treasury management solution of crypto assets, to Ledger Enterprise Interact, which is a set of solutions to allow financial institutions to do stacking and benefit from DeFi at scale and securely. And what we call Ledger Enterprise Create, which is our solution for corporations, primarily in lifestyle and luxury, who want to serve the NFT trends, again, securely and at scale. So that's a big shift in terms of our product development, because we were very focused on custody, and then we moved to Interact and Create to serve the DeFi and NFT security and scaling challenges. So I'm going to go quickly through the three of them. The slide is a bit complex, but I'm going to try to really focus. So the first one about Protect, what makes Ledger different is that our philosophy is that security in digital assets has to rely on hardware. So you probably know the device of Ledger, which is this key, which is a hardware. The solution we developed for enterprise, imagine the same thing, but scaled in 3 different pieces. You have a very secure chipset, which is located in the HSM. You have a very secure operating system that we own and manage. And you have also secure devices for corporations to interact with their assets. And that's super important because one of the risks in security is related to what we call the endpoint. If you use a mobile phone to validate a transaction, it is not secure. the truth is that it will never be secure. So with Ledger, we try to manage end-to-end the infrastructure, try to create, I like to do the analogy of Apple of managing digital assets, which is hardware, the firmware, which is the operating system, and the device to interact. So it's really the most closed loop and most secure. When we talk about Ledger Interact, we talk about the stacking and the other DeFi opportunities. The way we're addressing it now is two ways. The first thing, we decided that stacking was very important for our clients. If you want to hold assets and create yield out of them, it's important that we embedded stacking into our solution. So this is what we do, and this is what we're going to do for the top 20 tokens. We already released Tezos and Polkadot, and the following ones will coming. And so if you look at our Ledger Enterprise interface, if you are a bank, you can directly allocate stacking to a set of selected partners that have been integrated and selected because of their quality and because of their security. But we know that also other people want to do more. Lending, for instance. So for other DeFi activity, we are going to follow what we do on the retail side, which is a DApps approach, where we're going to allow other third party to propose their app in our ecosystem. And again, the signature will happen in a very secure hardware-based system powered by Ledger. So this is what we do on the DeFi side. The target is really financial institution who want to create yield. If I talk about NFT, NFT is a different target group. It's amazing because last year it was really at the infancy. But over the year, we have an enormous number of brands in luxury, lifestyle, fashion, who came to us and say, I want to play the NFT, but this is the value chain I need to manage. It is extremely complex. How can you help me? And so we are expecting, it's a little teaser, we have an event in New York end of the month where our first official partner, which is in this spectrum of fashion brands, will announce how they use Ledger Enterprise Create in order to drive their NFT projects for dropping, it will be loyalty NFTs to their customer. But more than the infrastructure, I think was the way people consider to play NFT and why they talk to Ledger is because when you talk to a corporation, you need to appeal to different people in the organization which have different needs. And this is where actually with Ledger, we try to fulfill the need of each of the stakeholders of the organization. So if I am a business team, what they really like when talking to us is a brand of Ledger, which is known, and they feel like their own brand can create equity by joining Ledger to drive the NFT project. But if I talk to the legal team, it's a different story. What they really like about our solution is the fact that we bring insurance powered by Art Group that they can put onto the asset that they will be delivering to their customer. And if I talk about the finance team, they talk about the governance. So what is very important in these different organizations is how we can serve each of the needs thanks to the solution we have put together. So now I know I probably think that it's pretty cool if I did my job fairly well, but you probably think, what's the difference between me and the other ones? It's only slides. And you are right to say that, because what matters in security and scaling in crypto is not what I'm showing here on slide, is what the engineer behind are driving. The security in crypto is a continuous race. Okay, it's a mice and cat race, and if you want to stay the cat, there are two things which are important. The first, you need to have quality engineer, the best resources, the best expert in crypto security, hardware security, software security. And the second one, which is unfortunate to hear, but size matters a lot. Because if you want to be able to fight against all the development that the hackers are doing, you need to have a sizable team of qualified engineers to continue to improve the solution. And fortunately with Ledger, as we have the retail arm which is profitable, as we do the significant fundraising, we have the capability to invest, and we invest a lot in this engineering competency. So we have 700 employees, 400 of them are engineers. But what I wanted to show you is maybe an extract, which is more a summary of how it is important to have these teams. We have a team that is called Ledger Donjon. Ledger Donjon is a team of 13 people, the best engineer we have in crypto and hardware security. And they have only 2 mandates. The first mandate is continuously try to hack every system on the planet. Crypto system, our own system, competitor system, but also system of security in finance in general. And the second one is that they are the guardian of every single software and hardware release. And so this is a huge investment because 13 of these engineers is like the size of a full engineering team of other players in the crypto ecosystem. But the problem I have is always difficult to express that. I am not the engineer. So we decided to make a little video to express what is a dungeon. And I would like you to play this 3-minute video. It's the first episode.
So here you are in the dungeon.
On est au donjon.
On est au donjon.
And dungeon is the product security team of Ledger.
On y pratique tout un tas de techniques de hacking. La particularité du donjon, c'est que c'est une équipe en sécurité qui a un très haut niveau d'expertise, à la fois en sécurité logicielle et en sécurité matérielle.
On attaque nos propres produits pour avoir toujours un temps d'avance par rapport aux attaquants.
On fait exactement la même chose qu'un hacker qui essaie de pirater nos produits.
Et le but de toutes ces évaluations, c'est d'identifier les potentielles failles.
Trouver des vulnérabilités, voir si c'est exploitable ou non, et dans tous les cas, les corriger.
Ça me semble important de savoir bien attaquer un produit pour savoir bien le défendre. Comme ça, au moment où ils sortent, ils sont déjà invulnérables. Notre but, c'est de détecter ces attaques avant qu'elles puissent être exploitées par des pirates.
Dans le milieu des crypto-monnaies, il y a énormément d'argent. Les produits qu'on vend servent à sécuriser justement les crypto-monnaies. Donc je pense que ce que recherche particulièrement un attaquant, c'est le gain.
Chaque projet est un défi. Le but, c'est d'arriver à contourner les protections d'un circuit qui a été conçu pour résister aux attaques.
Trouver un moyen détourné de les exploiter.
C'est assez challengeant.
What I find interesting is to do real attacks.
C'est un état d'esprit, c'est ça qui me plaît, quoi.
On peut passer des mois sur un projet à préparer une attaque, à réfléchir comment on va y arriver, à essayer de comprendre comment un produit fonctionne.
You should be curious, you should be serious,
Beaucoup de persévérance.
you should be patient.
On peut parfois être bloqué, il ne faut jamais abandonner. Lorsqu'une attaque fonctionne, ce qui n'est pas toujours le cas, c'est hyper gratifiant.
I get satisfied when I present an attack which is robust, which is a safe attack, which is a fast attack.
Souvent, quand on attaque une puce, on est les premiers à y arriver.
It's a big moment. This is not a normal job.
Dans cette série de vidéos, nous allons vous montrer différentes techniques d'attaque.
On va montrer comment attaquer une puce électronique.
Les attaques peu coûteuses en glitch de tension.
We are going to show you an example of controlling a mobile phone remotely in order to extract the seed and manipulate the crypto money.
Ou des attaques plus évoluées comme l'injection de fautes électromagnétiques.
Et puis on va passer à des attaques plus compliquées avec des gros moyens financiers, par exemple une attaque avec un rayon laser. On va vous montrer comment faire des frappes chirurgicales sur une puce électronique.
So it's a bit a Netflix type production because we have a retail arm, and so it means to be like that. So they have 6 episodes. To be honest, I really recommend you watch the one with a laser attack on the chipset. It's better than Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus, frankly. But that's an explanation of why these resources matter, and they are the one which are securing Ledger. Thank you for that.